You know that feeling when you're traveling and you're just walking down a street where every single restaurant looks exactly the same? You're hunting for something real, something that actually stands out. Well, today we're digging into hundreds of traveler reviews to figure out what makes one little cafe on Lovina Beach, Bali, the perfect answer to that search. Let's get into it.
Okay, first things first, let's just look at the numbers. Across more than 600 reviews from TripAdvisor and Google, Akar Café is sitting at a beautiful 4.7 out of 5 stars. I mean, that kind of high rating, that consistently, that's pretty rare, and it tells you right away that something special is going on here.
And this quote from a traveler, it just nails it. It perfectly captures that feeling of finding a little diamond in the rough. So, the big question is, how does this one small cafe pull it off? How does it stand out so much from the crowd?
Right, so in a tourist spot that's packed to the gills with options, a lot of them just serving the same kind of fried food, what is it that makes Akar a true gem?
Well, for starters, the awards kind of speak for themselves. It's a Traveler's Choice Award winner, which puts it in the top 10% of all properties on TripAdvisor. It's always ranked in the top 3 for Lovina. And for travelers who are just over the fried food, you see them call it a blessing to find.
So what's really behind all this praise? Well, to get it, you've got to go back to the source, literally. The cafe's name tells you everything you need to know about its whole philosophy. See, in Indonesia, Akar means root. And this is not just some catchy name they picked out of a hat. It's their whole mission statement. It's all about getting back to the roots, to the very basics of what makes food and an experience genuinely good.
And this is how they put that philosophy into practice every single day. It's a really simple 3-step process it's rooted in their name. Step 1, source local, organic produce. Step 2, make everything fresh, from scratch. And step 3, create a calm, peaceful atmosphere. That's the formula right there.
All right, so now let's talk about how that all translates to the plate. Let's get into the menu. A menu that reviewers swear is so good, it actually converts people.
Now that is a pretty bold claim, right? A vegetarian cafe that can make even the most dedicated meat eater happy? Well, according to review after review, absolutely.
And here's the proof. This one review tells a story that you see over and over and over again. You know, the skeptic who gets dragged along by their partner only to find their new favorite dish? This place doesn't just make great vegetarian food, it just makes great food, period.
And I think a huge part of the appeal is this incredible balance they've struck with the menu. You can go super healthy with an organic salad or a falafel wrap, or you can just go for it with homemade ice cream and what might honestly be the best chocolate cake in Bali. There's something for every mood. Look, it's easy to have a big menu. What's hard is making everything on that menu really, really well. And that's where Akar just shines. Travelers are constantly raving about the quality, calling the food pure, fresh, and excellent no matter what they order. And these are the kinds of comments you see constantly. People aren't just saying the food is good, they're saying it's the best they have ever had. That falafel and that salted caramel chocolate cake, they're mentioned so many times in reviews, they're practically legends. But look, amazing food is only half the story here. The other reason people just fall in love with Akar is the feeling they get the moment they walk in. It's a total escape. You see reviewers using the same words again and again. Small, intimate, mellow, peaceful. They talk about this quiet little terrace out back, and there's even a small creek that runs behind the property. It's a whole sensory experience that's just designed to make you relax.
One person called it a very green restaurant, and that just sums it up perfectly, doesn't it? It's this tranquil little haven, this pocket of calm right off a busy, noisy street. It's the kind of place you go to not just to eat, but to kind of reset.
So you've got this incredible food, and you've got this perfect, calm atmosphere. And when you put those two things together, you get the ultimate sign of success for any restaurant: loyalty. People keep coming back.
Let's just circle back to the data for a sec. Just look at this. Out of 610 reviews, a whopping 470 are in the excellent category. This chart just makes it so clear. The experience people are having isn't just good, it is overwhelmingly, incredibly positive.
And that level of satisfaction, it translates directly into people coming back. Not just once or twice, but again and again and again. It just becomes a must-do part of their trip.
I mean, this quote really says it all. Can you imagine finding a place so good, so consistent, that you just stop looking for other options? You just decide, yep, This is our spot. It becomes this wonderful daily routine.
Which brings us to this final question. And it almost sounds kind of crazy to ask, right? Could one cafe really be so good that you'd be happy to eat there every single day of your vacation?
Well, based on all the stories and all the data, for a huge number of people who walk through Akar's doors, the answer is a very clear, very simple yes.
And we'll just end on this review because it really is the most common thing people say. It's not just a recommendation, it's a declaration. It's a must-try, a daily ritual, and for so many travelers, it is the absolute root of the best food in Lovina.